Hey guys, this is Coach Mike from Freaking Fitness Weston, and today we're going to go over some mobility for our shoulders, chest, and a little bit of those triceps, all right? So, first things first, I want to go over what we call the internal and external rotation. Now at home, I want you to go ahead and find some small weights. You can use some soup cans, you got corn cans, you can use water bottles, freeze them, do whatever you want. But we want to have some weight in our hands because we're going to be utilizing some rotational movements with this weight to counteract the motion. Now, first things first, I'm going to go over with one hand and then we're going to go over with the other. I'm going to show you standing and then I'm going to show you how we're going to do this on the ground to execute these motions. All right, now the first one, we're going to do an internal rotation with the elbow at the midline. All right, so our midline from forehead straight down our body. Bring that elbow nice and tight. We're going to be doing an internal rotation with this weight. So we're going to come towards the body. All right, now here, nice and easy, going towards the body, keeping that elbow nice and tight every single repetition. The main thing is I don't want you to flare those elbows out. You want to keep it nice and close, coming in and executing this movement with perfection. Now, when you come in, I do not want you to pass this point of the midline, okay? This weight is going to be from here, straight back to neutral, and then back down. Now, when we go into our external rotation, we're going to have that elbow in the same position. Now we're going to go as far as our body allows us to go, all right? As far as our body allows us to go. Do not force, because when you tend to force, you're going to start to see yourself bend a little bit, all right? So from here, nice and neutral, externally rotate, and then come back in, keeping the body nice, straight, and erect, all right? Now I'm going to show you with the left hand, same motion. We're doing internal, keeping the elbow nice and tight. And then we're going to go external, nice and tight. We're going to do between 20 to 40 reps of this movement, all right? Now, we're going to go into our 90 degree away from the midline, all right? So this is our midline. We're going 90 degrees, which is this little pocket right here. Imagine that little square from geometry and algebra. From here, elbow's going to be straight out. Now we're going to do internal and external rotation. From here, I'm going straight down as far as my shoulder allows me to go. And then I'm coming right back to my neutral position. Now, I don't want you to overemphasize and try to get that weight as far down as possible. We're going where our body allows us to go. So from here, let that dead weight hang, then come back to a neutral position. Now, from here, that was our internal rotation. Now, we're going to go external. So from here, we're going to go away from that neutral position, okay? Going straight from here, all the way up, going as far as our body allows us to. Now, what I mean by that, I don't want you to go all the way flying back, okay? You want to be nice and controlled, nice and straight, get that shoulder to engage and get that delt to activate. From here and then back down. Show you the left hand, same motion. We're going internal, nice and easy. As far as my shoulder allows me to go. If you have shoulder injuries, you might not see yourself go all the way down. You might stop a little shorter, that's okay. All right, we just want to get to break up that tissue, get that nice internal rotation. Then we're going to go the opposite direction, and we're going to start doing our external rotation, okay? Now, that is going to be standing. So again, we have the midline where we're doing our internals and externals. Then we have 90 degrees away from the midline going internal and then external rotation, okay? Now, we just did that from standing. Now we're going to go down into our internal and external rotation on the floor. Now with this one, you're only going to need one weight, all right? You could have done these with both hands or single, but on the floor, we're going to do this with one weight the entire time, all right? Now, once I'm here on the floor, I'm going to pick a side that I'm going to lay on. If I'm on my left side, my left hand is going to be straight out, and then my arm is going to simulate the same movements that we did while I was standing. Okay, so from here, I'm at the midline. I'm internally rotating towards the floor. Okay, now, you see here, I'm making contact and I can't get full rotation. We're going to slightly lift that elbow up, and then you're going to bring it down to here, and then back into our neutral position. Down, and then back to our neutral position. Now, when we go into our external rotation, you want to make contact with your body. This is your neutral spot, coming all the way up, all the way down. All the way up, all the way down to that neutral position, as many reps as we assign, okay? Now, you're gonna do the same thing on the other side, all right? So rotating over, I have that hand here. I'm on the right side, my right hand is out. Internally rotate, as many reps as I need. Then I'm going out into my external rotation. Now, if you have any shoulder injuries of any sort, that external rotation, you're gonna feel a little bit of a pain. If you have any kind of rotator cuff surgeries or anything like that, you will feel a slight pinch. So please take it easy. Don't overexert yourself trying to get that full range. Start off slow because you will progress and it will get better. All right, now we're gonna go from our midline now to our 90 degrees. Now for my 90 degrees, I'm gonna be doing the same motion, all right? I'm going into a downward motion for my rotation for as many reps as assigned. Then I'm gonna go outwards as many reps is assigned. And we're doing both sides, all right? Left and right. Now make sure that you have, the first one is midline, then you have the 90 degrees, you still keep that little box, and we're still using that rotation. So I want you to imagine that you have a nice pole that goes straight from my shoulders to my elbows. That pole goes straight to the sky. That means that I stay within that pole as I rotate. So there's no motion straying away from that line, all right? That pole's going straight up to the sky. I'm rotating along that pole, nice and easy, all right? Now, we're gonna transition into our abduction, okay? So abduction, AB, we're gonna be pushing away from the body, okay? Now, from here, we're gonna have our arms, it's gonna be completely straight. There's two variations. We have an abduction going straight up and straight down, okay? Straight up and straight down. We wanna target a little bit of a different muscle in the deltoid. We're gonna start from the midline, okay, or slightly out, activate that chest, that pec, and those delts, and then we're coming all the way up, squeeze, all the way down, all the way up, squeeze, and all the way down. Okay, that is going to be your abduction. You're going to do that for both arms, coming across, lifting all the way up, keeping that neutral position. That's back to that 90 that we were talking about earlier, and then back down every single repetition. All right. Now, after that abduction, we're going to go into our face pull. Now, with the face pull, we're going to be doing two different motions. We're going to do a regular face pull, then we're going to do a face pull with a rotation. Now, for my face pull, both arms are going to be straight out. Depending on how much weight you have, you want to make this a little bit lighter. Okay, so from here, we're doing a face pull, which means that my elbows are flaring out. These weights are coming towards my face, all right? So if you see my elbows, they're nice and straight. Everything is nice and erect and tight. So straight forward, straight back, hence the word face pull, all right? So you from the side, from here, face pull, and back out. Now, the second variation, you're gonna be doing a face pull with a rotation. This is a little bit harder, especially because you're doing both hands. Now, if both arms are hurting you, you can do one at a time, okay? But it is designed to use both hands at the same time. So from here, we're coming up, face pull, and we're going to rotate, okay? Now, these arms, they're gonna start from here, and then we're going to rotate straight up in that position. I don't want you to flare out like a YMCA or a football goalpost. All right, we want to keep it nice in the same plane. Just rotate, get it nice and tight, nice and straight. Back down, face pull out, rotate, and then come back down. I'll show you from the sides. Here, come in, rotate, back down, forward, rotate, back down. All right, now with that one, it's a little bit more compromising to the shoulder, so please take your time with that. Someone like me, who I had problems with both of my shoulders and I tore both my labrums, I have to go in a nice and controlled movement. If I go too fast, I feel a little bit of a pain, but my shoulder might not be warmed up properly. All right, so this is to get you ready and get that mobility into those shoulders to move on to the next step if we're doing a workout with our chest or shoulders, all right? So that concludes me, and then now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next phase of this exercise.
All right, Freaking Fitness community, my name's Coach Kyle. Coach Mike just finished with you the mobility section and some good range of motion exercises for your shoulders, your triceps, right? And that good rotational movement, all right, to get that upper body and keep those shoulders healthy. Now I'm gonna do the smashing and recovery portion of it, all right? If you have a lacrosse ball, all right, or some type of tennis ball, maybe a baseball, a softball, but get you one of these cheap lacrosse balls. They're only like $3 to $5 that you can get even on Amazon. Make sure this is a great recovery tool. Okay, so we're going to start with some front shoulders, your pecs, Okay, this is gonna be, you can do this on the floor or you can do this along the wall, all right, depending on how much pressure and pain that you can take on this recovery session. Okay, so I'm gonna demonstrate these on the floor. Okay, so first, what we're gonna do, we're gonna be smashing that pec, that chest muscle right here, just where the joint goes to your shoulder and your pec, all right? So we're gonna do this with our arms behind our back, all right? Going in that bottom position, all right? And we're going to be smashing left to right, up and down, finding those problem spots, all right? Making sure we're not spending too long in this position, okay? No more than 20 seconds, then we move on to another movement, okay? From there, we're gonna move on to our front delts, okay? So going right there on our front delt, okay? This is our side, okay? And we're gonna do our rear delt. We're gonna work on our way around that, okay? So again, we're gonna be smashing on the ground, that front delt, side to side, up and down, making sure if we're on a problem spot, we're gonna stop, hold for a good 5 seconds, apply a little bit more pressure, and then continue, all right? From there, we're gonna transition to our side, okay? From here, again, going up and down, left and right, trying to find that problem spot, loosening up and smashing those muscles with our arms to the side, all right? Good. From here, we're going to transition to our rear delt. So from here, we're going to get in that 90-degree position. Okay? You guys will see right here. My elbows all the way to my shoulder position. Okay? Again, we're going to be smashing up and down, left and right. Okay? Once we get those delts loosened up, from here, we're going to keep it at that rear delt position. Now we're going to work on that internal and external rotation. Okay? 90 degrees on the arm, you're gonna have your other arm help out with this. So your internal rotation, you wanna keep that hand nice and straight, okay? We're gonna be pushing that hand down, okay? Keeping pressure on the ball. From there, we're gonna go external rotation, pushing down. And we're just going to alternate, okay? Until we feel nice and loose, okay? Once we have that down, then we can transition to some rotations, okay? Keeping in that rear delt, okay? So we're going to be going, fanning our arms out, palms up, along the ground. Really trying to get that head through. Thumbs to the back down, okay? Good. 10 reps of that. From there, same thing. We're gonna transition to the front. Okay, facing down again, palms down, all the way fanning up and back down, okay? And the opposite way with the palms up as high as you can and back down, all right? From there, guys, once we're nice and loose over there, we're gonna transition to some triceps. So you're gonna grab yourself a box, a chair, or a high platform. Okay, we're gonna be working and smashing those triceps. We're gonna have that lacrosse ball there. Okay, we always wanna start from our most distal point of our appendages all the way to our midline, right? So from here, we're gonna start just below that elbow joint, not on the elbow, okay? You're gonna be smashing, applying pressure as needed, okay? Making sure you're hitting that middle part, that outside part, so you're gonna be externally rotating, internally rotating, okay? Moving up after a good 10 seconds, another inch, all the way up right behind that rear delt, that armpit area. Okay, again, applying pressure as needed. Once we get done with that, okay, now we're gonna go through some range of motions. Okay, so once we hit a spot right there, now we're gonna be working on some flexion and extension of that tricep, really smashing those muscles. All right, keep working your way up as you go. Have fun, guys.